Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
How are you this morning?
Morning, sir.
How are you this morning? So today we have two sessions. So the first session is from 10 to 12, and the second session from 12:45 to 3 o'clock. Yeah. So today is the last meeting. Yeah, for last meeting for HRM, and after the midterm test, we will be touched by Ibu Yulianti. Yeah. Okay. So today in this session we will have three group. Yeah, three group presenting their topics. So who are they? So I have told you to write on WhatsApp group, but only one group has written on WhatsApp group, and the other two, who are they? The other two groups today. So the first is Rido and Dita, yeah, and the second group, and the third group who? Will present this who present in this session?
The first group is Mayang and Robi, sir.
Okay, and the second group?
Rido and Dita.
And the third group?
Helen and Felicia, sir.
Okay, so before we start our lecture, please, you must deliver your opening remark, please, from Felicia, please.
Okay, so good morning, sir, and all my friends. It is great that I could meet all of you again today. I would like to say good luck for all the presenters, and for my other friends, stay focused. I hope we can learn much today. Thank you, sir.
Please, Rido. Rido hasn't come yet, yeah. Okay, Mayang.
Okay, hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm happy to see you all here again, and hope that today I can deliver a material about the trending HR and wish me like this. Thank you.
Okay. Paradina, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, Sir Adi and friends. It's nice. Cool to see you all again. I hope today class will gonna be fun, and good luck for the presenter who will deliver the material today. Thank you.
Indah, please.
Good morning, everyone. It's really good to see everyone here on our last class before midterm. I hope we can all learn a very good materials about advanced human resources so that we can fail and pass the midterm exam with a good score. Thank you.
Dita Larasati.
Okay, good morning, sir and friends. It's good to see you again. I hope our study run well and we can get a lot of knowledge about Advanced RM today. Good luck for the presenters. Stay healthy and have a nice day.
Okay. Alda Dwi Putri, please.
Good morning, Sir Adi and friends. Nice to see you again. Good luck for today's presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Lekawati. Lekawati, please. Lekawati. Egi, please. Egi.
Good morning, sir and my friend. I'm nice to see you again, and I hope today class will be fun. Thank you.
Lekawati, please. Lekawati.
Saya ribut soal and friends. It's happy to see you again. Good luck for the presenter today. Thank you.
Dwi Francisca. No. Bella Sapira. Robi Wijaya.
So hello everyone, good morning. Great to see all of you again. To all the presenters today, I hope we can deliver the material very well and stay healthy. Thank you.
Okay. Eric Parulian.
Good morning, sir and my friend.
Morning.
Good luck for the presenter today. Hope we will get the many benefit because so many presenter today. So good job, guys.
Okay. Muhammad Rizkullah.
So, good morning, everyone. It is nice to see you again. I hope this class will run well and good luck for the presenter today. Thank you.
Helen Claudia, please.
Hello everyone, good morning Sir Adi and friends. Good luck for the presenter for today. Hope that we can learn about advanced HRM for today. And stay safe everyone. Thank you.
Dela Komara, please. Delan Komara.
Good morning, Saadi and friends. I hope what we learn today can be beneficial for us, and good luck for today's presenters. Thank you.
Okay. Para Romika. Para Romika. Okay. Pelagia, please.
Lagi update, sir.
Pelagia.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you again, and good luck for our presenters today. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, please. Now it is time for the first group. Yeah, Mayang ya. Is my group?
Yes.
Yeah, is yours?
Yes.
Yeah, time is yours, please.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. Maybe you can make me as a host first.
Wait a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Can you guys see my presentation?
Yes, Mayang, we can see it.
Okay.
Yes, Mayang.
Okay, all right. Good morning, everyone. Today, me and Mayang Puspitasari and my friends Robi, Vijay Chandra will deliver you about training human resources. Okay, just let's get started to the next slide. Okay, hi, how is everyone doing? So today we will explain to you about training and HR, organizational strategy and training, training for global strategies, planning for training, training needs assessment. So because due to some presenter today that will deliver some topic, so we need to want your attention because we're gonna make this presentation short. Okay, next. Okay, first about training and HR. Training is teaching or developing in oneself or others any skill and knowledge or fitness that relate to specific and useful competencies. Training has specific goals of improving one's capability, capacity, productivity, and performance. The benefits of training are enhanced skills, greater ability to adapt and innovate, better self-management and performance improvement, effectiveness and productivity, more profitability and reduce cost, improve quality, and increase social capital. Training categories. There are 4 of training categories. As you can see in the screen, the first one is required and regular training. It complies with the various mandated and legal requirements. And the second one is job and technical training. It's about enable employees to perform their job well. And the third one is developmental and career training, provide longer-term focus to enhance individual and organizational capabilities. And the last one is interpersonal and problem-solving training. So it's address both operational and interpersonal problems and seek to improve organizational working relationship. Okay, we move to the next slide. B, legal issues and training. Companies need to make sure those criteria are job-related and do not unfairly restrict the participation of protected categories members. Another legal issue is employers requiring employees to sign training contracts in order to protect the cost and time invested in specialized employee. Okay, the next one, we talk about organizational strategy and training. The first one, as you can see in the screen, A, strategy training. Training is used strategically to help the organization accomplish its goals. A strategic training mindset reduces the likelihood of thinking that training alone can solve most employee or organizational problem. For example, we take a look to the Disney Institute employee and their member called as a cast member get training experience from their guest's perspective. As a part of their training, individual taking hotel reservation stay at the resort as guests in order to gain greater understanding of what they are selling to experience the services themselves. B, organization, competitiveness, and training. Training is similar to the continuous improvement practiced by some manufacturing firm. Without continual training, organization may not have staff members with the knowledge, skill, and abilities, or the abbreviation is KSAS, needed to compete effectively. Training also can affect organizational competitiveness by aiding in the retention of employees. And the important thing is one reason why many individuals stay or leave organization is career training and development opportunities. Employers that invest in training and developing their employees may enhance retention effort. Next, there are five of the management. The first one is knowledge management. Knowledge management is the way an organization identifies and leverages knowledge in order to competitive. Next is training as a revenue source. Not only are the costs of trainers, salaries, travel, and other expenses covered, but the suppliers also make a profit on the training through the fees paid by customer. The next one is performance consulting. Performance consulting is a process in which a trainer, either internal or external to the organization work together to decide how to improve organizational and individuals' results. Next is integration of performance with training. Job performance, training, and employee learning must be integrated to be effective, and HR plays a crucial role in these integrations. And next one is Chief Learning Officer. To emphasize the importance of training and to have internal performance consulting expertise, some organizations have created a position entitled Chief Learning Officer or CFO or Chief Knowledge Officer or CKO that help the organizations. Okay, next is about training for global strategy. This is one important thing that you should know if you want to work abroad or maybe such as like a multinational company. Okay, global look at training is becoming more crucial as firms establish and expand our operation worldwide. There were some firms may not remain innovative and strategic much longer due to the decline in specialized skills and technical workers. Okay, we take a look to the A, global assessment training. The orientation and training that expatriates and their families receive before departure significantly affect the success of an overseas assignment. A recent survey showed that the companies recognize their expatriates often are they trained in skill and technical capabilities, but much less well trained in knowledge of the host country culture. Next, B, intercultural competence training. Three components of intercultural competence require attention when training expatriates for global assignment. The first one is cognitive. For example, like what does the person know about other cultures? Second one is emotional. For example, like how does the person view others' cultures and how sensitive is the person to cultural custom and issues? And the third one is behavioral. How does the person act in intercultural situations? Ada beberapa note karena pemahaman budaya itu sangat penting di dalam dunia kerja. So that's why these three competence in intercultural training very important we need to put more attention because karena dia berbasis internasional dan pemahaman budaya itu sangat berpengaruh. Okay, next. Planning for training. Planning includes looking at the big picture in which the training takes place, as well as specific for the design of the particular training effort. For example, they need for skill have changed over time, and things like adaptability, problem solving, and professionalism have increased in value in some firms. Training plans allow organization to identify what is needed for employee performance before training begins, so there is a fit between training and strategic issues is met. Like what can you see in the screen? One of them is there really a need for training? So we're gonna make sure and create analysis of these questions. Okay, next, A, orientation planning for new employers. Good example of one kind of training that requires planning is orientation, also called as onboarding. Orientation is the most important and widely conducted type of regular training done for new employees. It requires cooperation between individuals in the HR or human resource unit and operating managers and supervisor. Second one, B, is electronic orientation research. One way of expanding the efficiency of orientation is to use electronic research. Estimates are then that more than 80% of employers have implemented electronic onboarding activities to improve their employee orientation effort. A new employee log on and go through much of the general material on organizational history, structure, product and services, mission, and other background about the organization or the company that they are joining. Okay, next about evaluating orientation and metrics. To determine the effectiveness of an orientation training program, evaluation using specific metric is appropriate. Measure should be made of the success of both the orientation program and the new hirings themselves, such as metric include. The first one is turnover rate. For example, like what percentage of new hires of 6 months or less left the organization. Second one is new hires failure factors. For example, like what percentage of the total annual turnover was new hire, and so on. Like what can you see in the screen? Number 3 and number 4. Okay, so we need to make sure these 4 things suggested matrix as a consideration. Okay, next is training needs assessment. Training needs assessment divided into two. The first one, analysis of training needs, and the second one is establishing training objective and priorities. These 2 things, it is necessary to find out what is happening and what should be happening before deciding if training will help, and if it will help, what kind is needed. Okay, next, the first one is analysis of training needs. Is divided into three. The first one, organizational analysis, individual analysis, job and task analysis. Okay, let's take a look to the definition. Organizational analysis. Organizational analysis come from various operational measures of organizational performance. Department or areas with high turnover, customer complaint, high grievance rates, high absenteeism, low performance, and other deficiencies can be pinpointed. The second one is job task or task analysis. The second way of analyzing training needs is to review the job involved and the task performance in those jobs. By comparing the requirements of job with the KSA of the employees' training needs can be identified. And the last one is the individual analysis. The third means of diagnosing training needs focuses on individuals and how they perform their jobs. The following sources are examples that are useful for the individual analysis. For example, like performance appraisal, skill tests, individual assessment tests, record of critical incidents, assessment, center exercises, questionnaire, and many more. The next one, the second one, is about establishing training objective and priorities. As you can see on the screen, training objective and priorities can be established by a gap analysis, which indicators and distance between where an organization is with its employee capabilities and where it needs to be. Three types of training objective can be set. The first one in attitude, the second one is knowledge, and the last one is skills. From the attitude, creating interest and awareness of the importance of something. For the example, like sexual harassment training that we have discussed about it before. And the second one is knowledge, imparting cognitive information and details to trainers. For example, like understanding how a product works. So you are really understand about what you are doing in your job. And then the last one is skill, developing behavioral changes in how jobs and various tasks requirements are performed. For example, like improving speed on an installation. Okay, so this is about the establishing training objective and priorities. The next one is a learner characteristic that will be explained by Robbie.
So now we go to the learner characteristics. The first is ability to learn. Learner must possess basic skills such as fundamental reading and math proficiency and Soviet cognitive abilities. And then motivation to learn. A person's desire to learn training content is influenced by multiple factors such as differences in gender and ethnicity. Belum main. And then the resulting experiences. And then the last is self-efficacy. Learners must possess self-efficacy, which refers to people's belief that they can successfully learn the training program content. Next. And also there is perceived utility or value. Perceived utility or value of training is affected by the need of improve the likelihood like training will lead to improvement and the practicality of the training for use on the job. And the last is learning styles. People learn in different ways. For example, auditory learners learn best by listening to someone else tell them about the training content. Tactile learners must get their hands on and training resources and use them. And then visual learners think in pictures and figures and need to see the purpose and process of training. Next. And then transfer of training. Transfer occurs when trainees actually use on the job what knowledge and information they learn in training. Effective transfer of training meets two conditions. The first is the trainees can take the material learned in training and apply it to the job context in which they work. And second is employees maintain their use of the learned material over time. And next. The next is training delivery in internal training. The first is informal training. It occurs through interactions and feedback among employees. And on the job training, it is flexible and relevant to what employees do. However, it has some problems such as those doing the training must have no time to do it or no desire to participate in it. And then the cross-training. It occurs when people are trained to do more than one job, theirs and someone else. However, it is not always appreciated by employees who often feel that it requires them to do more work for same pay. Next. And then this is the training delivery in external training. The first is outsourcing of training. The reasons more outside training is not used may be cost concern and a greater emphasis on internal linking of training to organizational strategies. And then government supported job training. Federal, state, and local governments provide a wide range of extra training assistance and funding. And the last is educational assistance programs. Some employers pay for additional education for their employees. Next. And then the e-learning or online training. These areas where online learning has proved to be beneficial. The first is distance training or learning. With a fully configured system, employees can take courses from anywhere in the world. And then simulations and training. Computer-supported simulations within e-learning can replicate the psychological and behavioral requirements of a task. And then blended learning. A blended learning approach can use e-learning for building knowledge of certain basics. Next. And this is the levels of evaluation. The first is reaction, and then go to the learning, and then behavior, and the last is results. Next. And then here is the training evaluation method. The first is cost-benefit analysis. It is the comparison of costs and benefits associated with training by determining training costs, identifying potential savings results, computing potential savings, and finally conducting cost and saving benefits comparison. And then return on investment analysis and benchmarking. ROI simply divides the return produced because of the training by the cost or investment of the training. In addition to evaluating the training internally, some organizations use benchmark measures to compare it with training done in other organizations. And then, next. And then the last is training evaluations design. The first is post-measure. The most obvious way to evaluate training effectiveness is to determine after the training whether the individuals can perform the way management wants them to perform. And then pre or post-measure. By differently designing the evaluation just discussed, the issue of pretest skill levels can be considered. If the data entry speed is measured before and after training, then it will indicate whether the training made any difference. And then the last is pre-post measure with a control group. After training, if the trained representatives were significantly faster than those who were not trained, the manager can reasonably sure that the training was effective. Next. And then now we go to the critical thinking questions. We provide 3 questions, and we are looking for 3 people who wants to answer it.
Okay, guys, so let me read the 3 questions of critical thinking question. The first one is identify training needs for a group of new salespeople in a high-end jewelry store. And the second one is why is evaluating training an important part of strategic training? And the last one, in your opinion, how often is training needed for the employees? So if you want to answer this question, just unmute your mic and yeah, give your answer.
Can I try number 2, Maya?
Yes, is it Janet?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I think evaluating training is an important part of strategic training because it allows the program to be better adapted to serve the employees and the company mission.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Para Romika, for your questions. And then, is there anyone to answer the question number 1 and number 3?
Can I try answer question number 3?
Number 3, okay, Pella.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay. While we waiting for Pella for the answer number 3, is there anyone to answer the question number 1?
Hello, Mayang, I will answer it now.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, employees should always follow the training as often as possible, so that their performance remains good and does not act arbitrarily. So, and the goal is to improve and develop certain knowledge, attitudes, skills for individuals or employees or members of the organizationals and carry out work effectively and efficiently in accordance with the demands of the needs of and development in science and technology. Conduct training as often as possible in order to always increase the quantity and quality of productivity. Help help employees in their personal improvement and development, create and help employees in their personal create an attitude of loyalty and more profitability corporations, and beside that, reducing the number and cost of work accidents, and also they can think more critical. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pella, for your answer. It's a great answer. Okay, question number 2 and number 3 already answered by our friends. And the last one is question number 1. Identify training needs for a group of new salespeople in a hike and jewelry store. So is there anyone want to answer this question? Just unmute your mic if you want to answer. So if there no one want to answer this question, maybe we can pick one person probably.
Yeah, you pick.
Is there anyone to answer this question? Okay, untuk menghemat waktu, maybe we can move to the next sessions. Okay, next session is about study case. So as you can see in the screens, maybe you can see the screen and read the last sentences to get the conclusions. And maybe some of you have read this study case. So we're gonna move to directly to the question. Okay, there are 3 questions of this study case. The first one, the case introduces 3 companies of very different sizes with 3 different onboarding approach. What differences do you see in their approaches and what is the similarities? And the second one is, are there important ideas missing from all 3 approaches? If so, what are they? And the last one is, which approach sounds best to you? And give your reasons why. Okay, if you are already finds the answer, you can just unmute your mic and give your opinion or your answer about this question.
Mayang. May I try?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, wait ya.
Okay.
Mayang,
Oh, hello, Eric Parulian.
may I try number one, but give me time to prepare the answer.
Okay. So Eric Parulian will answer number one. And what about Rizkola?
Number 2.
Okay, number two. So we still have one slot for the third
Mayang,
question. Yeah.
can you go to back from the previous slide? I want to screenshot.
Okay, which slide?
The study. Yeah, this one. No, study
Study
place.
case. Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, thank you, Mayang.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mayang, may I answer now?
Okay.
So for the question number 2, the question is, are there important ideas missing from all 3 approaches? If so, what are they? So yeah, there are ideas missing from the 3 approaches. The ideas that are missing in all the 3 approaches is that the first few weeks of a new recruit is not all work related, but getting to familiarize themselves with their coworkers and the working environment generally. They all are focused on getting them started as soon as they can, which does not necessarily mean their performance level will be high. So they have to let them interact with the other workers and learn how to perform certain tasks from them. I think that's all my question for my answer for number 2. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your great answer, Rizkola. I do agree with you. And for the third question, is there anyone want to?
Hello, Mayang. I want to answer question number 3.
Okay, Dela. Do you want to answer now?
Yes.
Okay.
So in my opinion, the new hire website approach sounds best to implement in my company because it helps to save the time of the company while making understand the new hire employees about the company's policy, philosophy of the clients, company's work culture, roles, and responsibilities of the new employee. Method of leadership implemented uh, in the work activities and extra. The new hire website can be further useful to my company by receiving the direct feedback or reviews from the new employees with the help of the new hire website. As the such feedback helps in the analysis of the drawbacks associated with the company's procedures, and later corrective action can be taken accordingly, respectively. That's all, May. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dela. I agree with you in the part the new hire website can be further useful to the company by receiving the direct feedback. Okay.
Mayang,
Yes.
my answer now.
Yes.
Number one, I think there is 4 point of differences between the 3 companies. The first one is in the Sun Microsystem company. The orientation program of the selected employee start only after being hired with the computer system, where the new employees on the first day in the workplace usually start their job by filling out the paperwork respectively. And in the Houston-based company, the selected new employee can attend their orientation program on the first day and after a month later. On the first week, the new employees receive an email regarding their job from ordering business card to joining the credit union respectively. And then in the Zimmerman advertising company, the orientation program begins after the new employees get hired, and the new employees are directed to log in on the company news hire website, which further can be useful to learn about the company policies, associated clients, philosophy, and more importantly, about the style of leadership within the company in an effective way. And then the second point is in the Sun Microsystem company, So the new employees either need to wait for the 2 weeks to receive the email from the company, or some new employees work remotely, or we can call it work from home, need to wait weeks or month in order to meet the manager of the company. And then in the Houston-based company, there is no such specific rule for the new hire employees within the company to meet the manager respectively. And in the Zimmerman advertising company, after learning the information system from the new hire website, the new hire employees can meet with the CEO of the company for an hour respectively. And then in the third point, in the Sun Microsystem company, no special training program are organized for the new hire employees. And then in the Houston-based company, also no special training program are conducted for the new hire employee. And in the Zimmerman advertising company, the new hire employees get the special training program based on 30, 60, and 90 days of the learning program within the company in an effective way. And for the last point, in the Sun Microsystem company and Houston-based company, the new hire employees don't get an opportunity to provide their feedback. Whereas in the Zimmerman advertising company, the new hire employees get an opportunity to provide their feedback with the help of the company new hire website respectively. And then the similarities in the three company, there is with the dynamic change in the environment, all of the company adapt the new method and new approach with the motive to improve their company on a boarding program in an effective way. In the Sun microsystem company, with the formulation of the new onboarding system program, now the new hire employees can log in to the company new hire website, which can be helpful in learning about the company by playing the video games. And also new paperwork are filled by the new employees on the website. And then in the Houston-based company, with the formulation of the new onboarding program, now the new hire employees will receive the paperwork placed to perform their duties with proper tools to do the desired work, like they get the computer, and most importantly, they receive the proper network access within the company respectively. And then the last, in the Zimmerman advertising company, with the formulation of the new onboarding program system, now the new employee can understand the function of the company in a detailed manner, and also helps them to learn about the company in a more effective way. So that's all my answer, Mayang.
Okay, thank you so much for Eric Parulia Tanjaya. You are give a complete and very good answer. Okay, thank you so much for all that already answered these questions. I really appreciate that. And this is our last questions. And next we jump into the Q&A.
Hello, Maya.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Felicia.
May I ask?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Felicia. I would like to ask, what kind of training will you give to your employees if you are the HR manager of an international e-commerce company? Thank you, Maya and Robbie.
Okay. I'm
Hello,
sorry.
Maya.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Felicia. Can you repeat your question one more?
Okay, so my question is, what kind of training will you give to your employees if you are the HR manager of an international e-commerce company? Thank you.
Okay, I get it. Thank you, Felicia.
You're
Next one
welcome.
is Lekawati.
Hello, Mayang and Robbie.
Hi.
I would like to ask.
Ya.
Kayak kedengaran nggak, Mayang? Sorry, dibuat.
Jelas.
Okay. My question is, when you become a manager in training, what will you do to people who have a bad attitude but they have very good skill at work? Thank you.
Okay, that's a good question, Lekawati. Okay, is there anyone want to give our group questions? If there's no one, we will prepare for the question that already gave to our group. Okay, maybe we need a time around 5 or 7 minutes. With yeah.
Hello, Mayang and Ruby. May I ask a question?
Okay, halo Farah. Ya,
wait.
silakan.
So thank you for the opportunity. So, what do you think? What is the best way? Sorry.
Gak apa-apa, santai.
Okay. Okay. So the question is, what is the best way to arrange strategy training for each worker? Thank you.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Farah. Wait a minute, yeah. We still prepare the answer. Okay, I will try to answer for the Felicia's questions. Let me repeat your question. Your question is, what kind of training will you give to your employees if you are the HR manager of an international e-commerce company, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the world of e-commerce is a growing market where entrepreneurs can go to discover success without opening up a business around the corner. So what we can do first is building on the company from the ground up, and then start the training early. This is mean before you hire your first employee, be clear about what the job expectation are in the job announcements descriptions like section. And then the next one is be transparent about the training. Set up a battle plan. Have a clear goal to reach the end of a designed period of time. So communication is a key in this kind of thing. And the next one is The next one is train employee in the e-commerce. So I think the training is just the same for the training itself, but the difference is in the e-commerce. This may seem fairly obvious, but it often isn't. Some employers believe that general retail knowledge will make their employees successful at e-commerce. This is a myth. Employees should be trained in e-commerce and all the elements that go with it. And then we need to provide necessary tools and feedback for the success. And then the most important thing is over continued training. Because karena kalau misalnya nggak dilatih secara berulang kali, bakalan kayak lupa, sama kayak misalnya kita belajar bahasa, we learn about the language. We need to train, we need to learn about it more and more. And then uphold the mission of the company. And then the last one is train creatively, because we know human that can easily get bored. So we need to train creatively and menyesuaikan dengan the environment and the surrounding of the company. Okay, thank you. That's my answer. Hope that answered your question.
Thank you, Maya and Robbie, for the answer.
Okay, thank you.
So I will try to answer Farah's question about the strategy training for each worker. Is it correct?
Yes, Robbie.
So in our opinion, the strategy to for training each worker, the first we should perform a training needs assessment. It means that we need to identify a fundamental and clear business goal for the training supports. We may not provide training when it is not clear and why you are doing it, and if it doesn't directly support your goals. Jadi kalau misalnya kita mau buat training, kita harus tahu tujuan training itu untuk apa. Jadi jangan sampai kita buat training tapi kayak nggak ada kegunaannya buat perusahaan gitu. And then the next is prepare the learning objective. We need to have training objective because we need to have a motive for the training. If the training has no motive, it is useless. Jadi ini berkaitan dengan yang sebelumnya itu. Jadi kalau misalnya kita nggak punya motif untuk lakukan training itu, jadi training itu bakal tidak berguna untuk perusahaan kita. And then the next is design the training material. It is essential to have some training material before you rush into developing the training process. And then implement the training. We need to have an interactive environment and keep everyone interested in the practice from the start to the end. Jadi kalau misalnya kita buat training, harus yang bisa interaktif dengan pekerja kita. Jadi mereka itu enggak bosan kalau misalnya trainingnya interaktif. Jadi mereka tuh kayak ikut memang berpartisipasi dalam training tersebut. And the last is evaluation of the training. So we need to assess the feedback from the employees after the training ends. We can either hand out a printed survey or some websites on the internet that have free tools to carry out these surveys. We think that's the answer. That's the answer.
Okay, thank you, Robbie, for the answer.
Okay, let's jump to the last questions from Leica. Okay, let me repeat your question, Leica. When you are becoming a manager in training, what will you do to people who have bad attitudes, but they have a very good skills at work? I want to say thank you for this good question, Leica, because this is like a simple thing, but we need to make sure susah dalam pengimplementasiannya. Okay, for dealing with our employee who have good skills but have a bad attitude, it returns to the leader or the manager, because every manager has a different persona or a leadership style. For example, like if I am be a manager and so do Robbie, we have a different style in in managing someone, different in leadership style. How do we branding ourselves in leading? So in my opinion, if I'm a manager, first we have to we have to know the reason why she or he do such a bad thing, because there might be a lot of reasons that are maybe not being able to express, and maybe she or he confused how to tell the problem in the best way. And I have a 3 option axis for handling, we can say this is like a toxic employee. The first one is point out the undesirable behavior and develop a performance monitoring plan. Reassign the employee to a position or department that provide a better fit, or terminate the employee. So we need to make sure the environment is fit with him or her. And then, regardless of which tactic you choose, make sure the problem behavior are well documented so that you can rely on the fact, not for the rumors. Take care to discourage other employees for gossiping while you deal with the problem. So we really need to make sure what happened to his or her, why, and the reason why she or he do such a bad thing. So that is my opinion about Leka's question. So what about you, Robbie?
Yeah. So you have heard about the Mayan question, yeah. So in my opinion, if I am become the manager, first I will try to role model of for the positive attitude, and always keep opening the doors to them, offering the chance to try on a positive attitude for a while. But if they still cannot implement the good attitude, perforce I will fire them and hire other employees who have a good attitude, even though they don't have a good skill. Because in my opinion, an employee with a bad attitude can cause more damage than an employee who doesn't know how to do the job. And something that I know, it is easier to teach someone how to do something than change their attitude that has been formed for a long time. So, jadi kayak misalnya yang Mayang katakan tadi, mungkin bisa minta dia untuk kayak jadi lebih baik. But saya pikir kalau misalnya attitude itu tidak mudah untuk dirubah, jadi I will prefer to fire them and hire other employees, even though the employees that I hire next is don't have the good skill as the before employee. I think that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you for the good tips and answer, Mayang and Robbie.
Okay, thank you so much, Leka. So finally, we are already here in the last sections for the question and answer, and I want to say thank you for those who are already participating in these sections. Okay, the next one is, okay, this is the end of our presentation. So we want to say thank you for your attention and participation in our presentation, and sorry if there are some mistake or error in word, and hope you get the material well and you can understand it well. And yeah, thank you for your participating. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, yes, you can make me also again, Mayang. Okay, so the presentation is good. Yeah, so your group talk about training. Training is very important, yeah, in the company. So training programs allows the employees to strengthen their skill, and training can also improve the knowledge. Training can satisfy the recommendation of the performance appraisal. Training prepares employee for higher responsibilities, and training shows employee that they are valued, and training tests the efficiency of the new performance management system. Training improves IT and computer skills. So these are the importance of training. But training, in addition to this importance, so training can also take a lot of money and time. So right, so the average training cost per employee is 1,000 and $252 per employees, right? Yeah, according to Association for Talent Development, 226 State of the Industry report, and it takes 38.5 hours per employee. So it takes a lot of time. So it's very costly. So the company must be careful. Yeah, must be careful in investing the training, right? Because it takes a lot of money and takes the time. So the training must be fruitful and must contribute to the performance of the company. Yeah. So the company, so the course of training can be management training, sales training, on-the-job training, so right, and then in mentoring scheme and in-house training, personal studies. So there's now your friend asked about the attitude, how to, what about the training that is intended to improve the attitudes, the employees' attitude? Yeah, so you can send your people to attend the seminar or the motivation seminar, so right? And then the personalities, the personality workshops. So you can ask the motivators to come to your company, yeah, and then to train something relation to the personality and to something relation to the attitude. So, yeah, by doing this, yeah, so the employees can change, yeah, the attitudes by attending the motivation workshop. And I think this group is very good. And then we come to the next group. Which the next group, right? And what's the topic?
That's from my group, sir.
Yeah, about talent management, yeah.
Management.
Talent management, oh yeah. So talent management will also be important. Okay, please read out. It is your time to present your topic.
Presentasi. Wait for a minute, sir.
I will make you a host.
So you can see us.
Yes, Dita, absolutely.
Yes, Dita.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Sir Adi and friends. Today, me, Dita Larasati, and my friends Muhammad Ibrahim would like to present about talent management. Different from training, talent management is about develop self. So, yeah, our material divided into 7 parts. Part 1 until part 4 will deliver by Rido, and part 5 until part 7 will deliver by me.
So, our group will talk about talent management, part 1. We will discuss about the meaning from talent management perspective. So, talent management in perspective, the idea that human capital can be a source can be a source of competitive advantage for some organizations is gaining ground. But most organizations are not designed or managed to optimize talent performance. So the point is talent management is defined as the methodically organized strategic process of getting the right talent on board and helping them grow to their optimal capabilities, keeping organizational objectives in mind. Okay, and then choice for dealing successfully with talent needs are to emphasize stability in employment and develop talent internally. develop agility as an organization and buy talent as needed, or use some combination from that. So the nature of the business and the environment in which it operates to some extent define appropriate strategies for talent management. And then talent management has other characteristics that make it challenge as well. A major one is the nature of talent or people. For example, a deep bench of talent can be thought as inventory, but unlike boxes full of empty bottles, talent does not always stay on the shelf until needed. It walks out the door for better opportunities. So, global leadership, talent management have relation with global leadership is especially challenges as HR processes in different countries are often very different, and employees often expect to be demoted if they return to their home location. And global talent management is an even greater challenge than domestic talent management. Okay, go next slide. Okay, there are talent management system. So the first one is documenting new employee orientations and the onboarding training, regardless of how and where it was done. And then tracking classroom training and certification complete by all store employees. And then automating registration of participants for training and development activities. And then reporting on completions of training certifications for store employees, and then completing and reporting the training and development history of individuals for use with career planning and development. Next slide. And then there are scope of talent management. As a talent management has evolved, a variety of approaches and tools have come along. The HR perspective, they discuss some breaking talent management programs. One, target jobs, and then high potential individuals, and then competition models, and D, talent pools, and then E, career tracks, F, assessment, and G, development risk sharing. Okay, so we go to the succession planning process. Part 2, succession planning process. Whether in small or large firms, succession planning is linked to strategic planning throughout the process. The process consists of first defining positions that are critical to the strategy, and then making certain top management is involved personality with mentoring, coaching, and talent identification. It may be appropriate to tie some level of reward to executive success in the process. And then the process, not yet data, still there. The process consists of first defining positions that are critical to the strategy, and making certain top management is involved personal with mentoring. So the important from the side is still succession planning. It's about how we make a good mentor, a coach, and talent. So we make a build themselves to be better for do their process. Okay, next slide. And then role of HR in succession planning. In this case, HR commonly performs the actions of first. Okay. One for the first, identifying development needs of the workforce, and then assisting executive managers in identifying needed future job skills, and then participating in identifying employees who might fill future positions, and then communicating succession planning process to the employees, and then aiding in tracing and regularly updating succession plan e-boards. Okay, go next slide. Okay, global succession planning. Having younger workers who can replace senior manager with international experience and context is a growing concern faced worldwide by employees of different size and industries. And then succession in small and close-held organizations. Main CEO plans to pass the business leadership onto a family member. Most of this firm will benefit from planning for order succession, and then particular if non-family members or owners are involved, addressing the development needs of the successful, and then also have to avoid a host of potential problems for both the organization and family member relationship. Go to the next slide. Part 3. And then about part 3, careers and career planning. Okay, wait. I the video. Okay. Okay, part 3, careers and career planning. A career is the series of work-related positions a person occupies throughout life. People pursue careers to satisfy their individual needs. Careers are an important part of talent management, but individuals and organizations view careers in distinctly different ways. However, companies have found that the lack of a career development plan leaves them vulnerable to turnover, and hiring from outside can have drawbacks. Go to the next slide. Okay, this is a changing nature of career. So it's about our nature point from the change careers. So the old model of a career in which a person work up the ladder in one organization is becoming rare in reality. Indeed, in a few industries, changing jobs and companies every few years is becoming more common. Labels for different fields of career include the following: protein career that assume individuals will drive their careers and define goals to fit their life, and then career without boundaries. It views a manager as having many possible trajectories for a careers, and many are across organizational boundaries. And then portfolio careers are built around a collection of skill and interests and are self-managed. And authentic career, people achieve a high level of personal insight and use this to follow through to self-career. Okay, we go to the next slide. Career progressions consideration. So the typical career for individuals today includes more positions, transitions, and organization. More so than in the past, when employees were less mobile and organizations were more stable as long-term employers. Okay, so we go to the next slide. Career transition. Transition can be stressful for individuals who change employers and jobs. 3 career transitions are of a special interest to HR: organization entry and socialization, job loss, and retirement. And then A, entry career and job loss. It's when new hires who find the work very different from school. And then B, retirement issues. To help address concern over these issues, as well as anxieties about finance, some employers offer pre-retirement planning seminars for employees. Next slide. Okay, then part 4. Common individual career issues. 4 career issues are sufficiently common as to need individual treatment. These are issues with technical and professional workers, women, dual career couples, and individuals with global careers. Next. Okay. 1, technical and professional workers, such as engineers, scientists, and IT systems experts, present as a special challenge for organizations. Many of these individuals want to stay in their technical areas rather than enter management. Yet advancement in many organizations frequently requires a move into management. Most of these people like the idea of the responsibility and opportunity associated with professional advancement, but they don't want to leave the professional and technical puzzle and problem at which they excel. Next. Let me do this. And then second, women and careers. Women are found in all occupations and jobs, but their careers may have a different element than those of men. Women give birth to children, and in most societies, they are also primarily responsible for taking care of their children. The effect of this biology and sociology is that women's careers are often interrupted for childbirth and child rearing. Next. And then dual career couples. Marriage in which both mates are managers, professionals, or technicians have doubled over the past 2 decades. Problems area for dual career couples include family issues and job transfer that require relocations. Next. And then global career. The international experience of expatriates expatriates must offer benefits both to the employer and to expatriates in terms of their careers. Firms sometimes address these issue by bringing expatriates back to the home country for development programs and interaction with other company manager and professionals. Another potential useful approach is to establish a mentoring system that matches an expatriate with a corporate executive at the headquarters. Okay, next. So part 5 will explained by Dita.
So, part 5, developing human resources. Development represents efforts to improve employees' abilities to handle a variety of assignments and to cultivate employees' capabilities beyond those required by the current job. Development can be benefit both organizations and individuals. Employees and managers with appropriate experience and abilities may enhance organizational competitiveness and the ability to adapt to a changing environment. In the development process, individuals' careers also may evolve and gain new or different focus. Like what I said before, development differs from training. This is the differentiation of training and development. Based on focus, training learns specific behavior and actions, also demonstrate techniques and process. And then training understand based on focus, development understand information, concepts and context, development judgment, and expand capacities for assignments. Based on time frame, training needs short term. We don't need much time for training because if we consistent do it repeatedly, we can achieve what we want or can more efficient to do our job. And different from training, development needs longer term. Longer term because develop is improve ourselves based on our experience, our fault, or our how we adapt to environment. And training based on effective measures like performance appraisals, cost benefit analysis, passing tests, and certification. Development based on effectiveness measures, availability of qualified people when needed, possibility of promotion from within, and human resource based competitive advantage. And there is a possible development focus. There is a part of development human resource is the possible development focus. Some important and common management capabilities that may require development include an action orientation, quality of decision making, ethical values, and technical skills. Abilities to build teams, develop subordinates, direct others, and deal with uncertainty are equally important, but much less commonly developed capabilities for successful manager. There is a two-kind method of possible development. The first is lifelong learning, meeting continuing education requirements to retain certificate. Like teacher, doctor, dentist, nurse, lawyers that must complete continuing education requirements in most states to keep their license to practice. And there is redevelopment. Helping employees go back to college is only one way of redeveloping them. Some companies offer redevelopment programs to recruit experienced workers from other fields. Like, for example, public sector employees have been used redevelopment to opportunity to as a recruiting tool. Then development need analysis. Like employee training, employee development begins with analysis of needs of both the organization and the individuals. Either a company or individual can analyze what a given person needs to develop. The goal is, of course, to identify the strengths and weakness. Methods that organizations use to assess development needs include assessment centers, psychological testing, and performance appraisals. Assessment centers are collections of instruments and exercise designed to diagnose individuals' development needs. Organizational leadership use assessment centers for both developing and selecting managers. Many types of employers use assessment centers for a wide variety of jobs. This activity might include role-playing, tests, case, leaderless group discussions, computer-based simulations, and peer evaluations. And there is psychological testing, like intelligence tests, verbal and mathematical reasoning tests, and personally. And there is performance appraisals like performance data on productivity, employee relations, job knowledge, and other relevant dimensions. Well done performance appraisals can be a source of development information. And we move to the part 6. Development approach. Development become imperative as knowledge work, such as research skills and specialized technology expertise increase for almost all employers. But identifying the right mix of approach for development needs require analysis and planning. There is three methods that human resource approach. The first is job site approach. You can use method coaching, commits, job rotation, assistant to position. Job site approach means to ensure that the desired development actually occurs. Managers must plan and coordinate their development efforts. Managers can choose from various job site development methods. Coaching is the training and feedback given employees by immediate supervisor. Commit assignments. Commit is like assignments by assigning promising employees to important commits my burden personalities, issues, and process governing the organization. And there is job rotation. Job rotation can help greater understanding of the organization about employee retention by making individuals more flexible, strengthening their skill, and reducing boredom. But job rotation have the disadvantage of job rotation is it can be expensive because a substantial amount of time required to introduce of trains with the different people and techniques in each new unit, and assistant to positions like assistant to human resource director or others. And the second method is offsite approach, like a classroom. We can join classroom course, seminars, outdoor training, and sabbatical leaves. Sabbatical leaves means it's a time of the job to develop self. Some employers provide paid sabbaticals, while others allow employees to take unpaid sabbaticals. And there is a learning organization by incorporating universities, career development centers, and e-development. E-development we can join in video conferencing, we can watch on YouTube, audio streaming, and web-based course. So these three methods we can achieve more effective human resource development. And then part 7, management development. Although development is important for all employees, is it essential for managers? Without appropriate and development, managers might lack the capabilities to best deploy and manage resources, including employees throughout the organization. There is two kind of management development. The first one is supervisor development and leadership development. Supervisor development sometimes use method human relation training. This type of training attempts to prepare supervisor to deal with people problems brought to them by their employees. Most human relations programs are aimed at new or relatively inexperienced first-line supervisor, middle managers. They cover motivation, leadership, employer communication, conflict resolution, team building, and other behavioral topics. And there is a leadership development. It's expanding a person's capacity to be effective in a leadership roles. This development occurs many ways: classroom programs, assessment, modeling, coaching, job assignments, mentoring, and executive education. The last part is a problem with management development efforts. Many of the management development problems in firms have resulted from inadequate human resource planning and lack of coordination of human resource development efforts. Common problems include following, like failing to conduct adequate needs analysis, trying out fed programs or training methods, substituting training for selecting qualified individuals. So we can move to the critical thinking questions. If you want to answer number 1, 2, 3, just unmute your mic. Thank you.
Raise your hand if you want to answer.
Dita,
Yes.
can I try number 2?
Yes, please.
Can you give me some time?
Okay, no problem. Okay, number 1. Number 1.
Number 1, how to start a talent management implementation in your organization. Anyone need it?
Hello, Dita. May I try
Thanks.
number 1?
Yes, sure.
I need a little time to answer it.
And number 3.
Hello, Dita.
Yeah.
May I try number 3?
Yes, of course.
Okay, wait ya.
Okay. Number 1, please answer. Because we don't have much time.
Okay, so the question is how to start a talent management implementation in your organization. So in my opinion, talking about talent management, we all already familiar with the recruiting, selecting, developing, retaining, and so on. However, it is not as easy as we imagine because talent management must really look for the right person and put them in the right place. So maybe we can take a look to the some of the things that we can start the talent management in organization. The first one is a talent management process. While often cyclical rather than a generic linear progression of events, the process of talent management could be considered. To begin with acknowledging the needs for talent and leads to filling the gap and ultimately growing and optimizing the skills, trade, and expertise of employees, new and old. So For the talent management process, the first one is planning. Like in every process with a set outcome, planning is the first step in the process of talent management. And it involves the following: identifying where the gaps lie, the human capital requirement, formulating job descriptions for the necessary key roles to help guide searching and selection, and developing a workforce plan for the recruitment initiative. The second one is attracting. Based on the plan, the natural next step is to decide whether the talent requirement should be filled in the form in the form within the organization or from external sources. The next one is electing. This involves using a string of tests and checks to find the right match for the job, the ideal person organization fit, and written test, interview, group discussion, and other testing along with the depth analysis of all available information. The next one is developing. Quite a few organizations today operate on the idea of hiring for attitude and training for the skill. The next one is retaining. For any organization to be truly successful, sustainably, talent needs to be retained effectively. Most organizations try to retain their best talent through promotion and increments, offering opportunities for growth, encouraging involvement in special project and decision making. And the last one is transitioning. Effective talent management focuses on the collective transformation and evolution of the organization through the growth of individual employees. So these six following image depicts or the key point of the talent management is a good how to start a talent management implementation in our organization. So thank you, that's my answer.
Okay, thank you, Maya. That's a great and complete the answer. So, who wants to
We'll answer the question number 2 right now.
Okay, please.
So, what succession plan strategies will you design for your talent management program? The first one is timely communication. Because if the successor isn't informed that they are in line to take over a key role within your organization, then they are very likely to look elsewhere as they seek career advancement. And next is establish who need to know what and when. Because it's a good idea to share the news of the successor with the rest of the business as soon as possible. The longer people have to digest the news and get used to who the new person is the better. And next is balance transparency with confidentiality. Succession planning can often incorporate sensitive issue, so it is crucial to balance transparency with discretion. Next is convey a fair selection process. And the last is highlight the career development aspect because it enables employees to understand that there will be opportunities for them to advance through the ranks and can encourage employers to go the extra mile to ensure they are seen as high-performing individuals. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. That it's a great answer. So, Lekawati, number 3.
Okay, I will answer. In my opinion, how to measure our success is if we as a manager in implementing talent management for employee, it's like we can success mengajak or ask to our employees to work together optimally in order to fulfill company goals in accordance with the vision and mission. And then with the responsibility and high commitment from a manager, it will motivate employees to find out about employee prospect in the future so that a manager can provide better plans and uh, can apply talent management to employees. Thank you.
Okay, Leka, thank you for answer. So, we can move. Anyone want to answer it again? No? If no, we can move to the problem and solving. If you any idea, please answer. So there is a case that you as a human resource director want to retirement, your friends also will retire in next to 5 years, and you just want to help company to plan what happened to you will what happen if you want to retire. Yes, any opinion?
Can I try to answer, Dita?
Yes, please, Dinda.
So it is stated that approximately 30% of the workforce will retire in the next 3 to 5 years, including me as the HR director, and many other critical positions will be vacant as the person in that position will retire. The first thing that I will do is to check and oversee the current succession plan system in my company. Do we have it? How is the system if we have it? Are there any changes that needs to be done? Or was it applicable in our company? Let's say we don't have succession plan system yet, or at least an applicable one that we can use in our company. Then, as an HR director, I will immediately bring this matter to my direct superior, which is the Chief of Human Resources in my company. From there, we should establish a set of time to discuss the succession planning, which is the result we're going to implement in our company by first looking at the past data of our company's benchmark strength, which is the competence and number of employees ready to fill a vacant leadership position and other position in the company. With the data in hand, we should identify at least the most critical and integral position in our company and analyze the succession funnel, which is already stated in the case, which are Chief Financial Officer and Director of Operation. After that, we should do a headcount planning analysis to see the amount of current workforce in each funnel of position. How are our current workforce conditions in our company? Are they suitable and competent to fulfill the critical vacant position? If yes, we should proceed with the next step of the succession plan, which is to set the funnel where we divide each potential successors into 3 funnels. For an example, funnel ready now, funnel ready to be nurtured, and not ready funnel. We should base the division based on employees' performances in at least the past 2 quarters, so that our reviews data is fast and is accountable. We can use performance appraisal for this. As an HR director, I am only able to collect people data and create an inference from that. I have, along with carrying out the nurturing plans for the director of the operation position, because for the role of the Chief Financial Officer, it needs to be handled by the Chief Chief Human Resource Officer, seeing that the role of Chief is higher than the role of the director. For the lower management, I think it can be downscaled to the general manager so that the succession plan can be relevant to the current workforce condition in each management level. Because as important as it is to have a succession plan, it is really, really important as well to execute the succession plan.
Okay, Dinda, good analyze and complete answer. Thanks for the answer. Good.
So we move to the next session. Thank you. And any questions?
So any question?
Hello,
May
Dita.
I ask you a question?
Then you can ask.
Yes. Felicia first.
Okay, so my name is Felicia. I would like to ask, in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge of talent management nowadays? Thank you, Dita and Robi.
Okay.
Rido.
Okay, Robi.
We keep the answer first. And
next,
who?
So may I say what my question?
Yes, please.
Yes, Bella, please.
Okay, I already sent to the chat, and I will say my question. Improper screening slow the hiring process considerably, costing your organization time, money, and quick access to well-qualified candidates. In your opinion, I want to ask, what will you do to minimize the effect of the condition like above? Thank you.
Okay, Bella, we
Please have
keep
your question.
the question. We keep your question first. Anyone to and wish? Anyone?
Hello, Dita and Rido. I would like to ask a question.
Okay, Bella.
So the question is, in your opinion, are workforce planning and talent management related, or workforce planning is a part of talent management? That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, Bella, we keep your question first and give a minute for me and Rido discuss. Thank you.
So Felice, your question is about the biggest challenge nowadays, right? Okay. So I would like to answer your questions. So the first is higher total compensation demands. Employees constantly feel pressure to provide well for themselves and for their dependents. When they feel their compensation isn't fair, they won't hesitate to speak up about the situation. In recent survey, employees stated that pay is the most important contributing factor to their overall job satisfaction. And then this creates a difficult situation for any human resource manager whose job includes keeping employees satisfied while keeping costs low. When it comes to employee retention, it's up to HR to decide who is worth keeping and who isn't. And the second, tightening talent market. And then when the unemployment rate skyrocketed back in the late 2006, employers were easily able to find talent new recruits because the pool of applicants was huge. Now that is fallen to less than 5% in some countries. However, it's much more difficult to find new personnel. If you don't have the resource to offer the highest compensation package, your company might consider the other applying job perks like flexible hours or remote position. And the third, unemploying company culture. Younger employees, millennials in particular, expect a different work environment than their predecessors did. Most recent grads aren't happy to sit at a desk, fulfill their job duties, and go home at the end of the workday. They are looking for jobs that offer perks like a relaxed, open communication, policy, flexible scheduling, and meaningful job tasks with clear objectives. Companies that don't meet at least some of these demands will be hard pressed to find suitable employees. And then fourth, increase employee turnover. HR managers are constantly battling against a high employee turnover ratio. The Center for American Progress states that, on average, a company will pay approximately one-fifth of an employee's salary on recruitment costs to find a suitable replacement. This number is typically much higher for jobs that require a high level of education of specialist training. Obviously, this means that employee retention is incredibly important for the overall success of a company. High employee turnover quickly affect an otherwise healthy bottom line. And then for the last, lack of leadership. According to the Society for Human Resource Management, top executive positions are experiencing the highest level of turnover. This creates a unique problem for HR, a lack of leadership within the organization. So that's all from my answer, Felice.
Okay, thank you, Rido and Dita, for your great answer.
Okay, you're welcome, Felice. Thank you.
Okay, I try to answer the last question first. The question is wait. Our workforce Are workforce planning and talent management related, or workforce planning is a part of talent management? Workforce planning is a generic approach of human resource management, whereas talent management is a strategic approach. In today's vibrant digital era, the scarce talent resource is required to be maintained through proper engagement and in challenging assignments in order to create sustainable competitive advantage. Therefore, talent identification, recruitment, placement, engagement, nurturing, and motivation is essential for corporate growth and development. Corporate talent pool creates core competency. That's all my answer, Della. Are you satisfied?
Okay, thank you, Dita, for your answer.
Thank you.
Okay, Bella. So I would like to answer your questions. Bella, can you hear my voice?
Okay.
Okay. So can you repeat your questions clearly, Bella?
In the chat box. In the chat box.
Oh, chat box. Chat box. Okay. So the important, Bella, is we must to wait. Wait, Bella. Where is? So Bella, the important thing we must place the right step. So for the first time, steps of the recruitment process, because that identify our recruitment needs post job opening on recruitment platform. For example, find real candidates and then run a pre-screening and evaluate candidates and make the job offer. However, the recruitment process doesn't always hit the mark. Companies might not attract enough qualified candidates. They may under or oversell the organization. Staff might not screen applicants adequately before they enter the selection process. This can result in a company settling for an employee who isn't a good fit for the organization. And then to create the ideal recruitment process, organizations should identify their needs in a term of personal requirements and culture fit. And then there are many different channels for recruitment, both internal and external, that you can explore to create a pool of qualified candidates. And then you need to create a pre-screening process to pinpoint the candidates who are most likely to succeed. So if we say about minimize, we can still minimize, but sometimes it can still be happen. So we must still place the good procedure and structure for this progress. So it will we can solve the problem, or we can still minimize the problem. Okay, Bella, you got it? Bella, you hear my voice or something error?
Okay.
Okay, I think Bella get betting network maybe.
We don't have much time. Thank you for your attention and participation. Sorry for any mistaken word. Good afternoon and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, the next presenter, please.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please make me a host, Dita. Make me a host.
Wait.
Make me a host. Host. You must return the host to me, please. Is the next presenter? And you must give the short presenters last, please. Felicia, yeah?
Yes, sir, and Celine.
Wait, sir. How? I never use Zoom. Mm,
Have you as Dita has you given me as you make me the host?
I just give Felicia host.
Oh, okay.
Sir, I have become the host. Sir, so is it okay if we start now? Because sir said that we have a break.
No, after this next break.
Oh, okay, sir. Let us start. Wait, sir.
You can give short presentation, but it's free, okay?
Yes, sir. Okay. So can all of you see the slides?
Yes, Felicia.
Yes, Felicia.
Okay.
So hello everyone. Can you hear my voice? Hello?
Yes, Jelin.
Okay, so we are going to discuss about chapter 13. It's about managing employee benefits. So today's material will be delivered by me, Celine Claude, and also Felicia. Next, Felicia. Okay, so the first one is about benefit and HR strategy. A benefit is an indirect reward given to the employee or the group of employee for organizational membership. And benefits often include retirement plans, vacation with pay, health insurance, educational assistance, and many more programs. A challenge for an employer is the how to best manage the balancing act between the growing costs and benefits and the use of those benefits in accomplishing the organizational goals. Please, next, Felicia. Okay, so the benefit as a competitive advantage is that it is important that benefits be used to help to create and maintain a competitive advantage. Benefits should not be viewed entirely as cost factors because they can positively affect the HR efforts. Employers may offer benefits to aid recruiting and retention, impact organizational performance, and meet the legal requirements. Also, some employers see benefits as reinforcing the company philosophy of social and corporate citizenship. Next, please. So global benefits means that benefits vary from country to country. In many countries, retirement, health, and other benefits are provided as part of the government service. Employers are taxed heavily to pay into government funds that cover the benefits, retirement, and also pension system are provided by the government in many countries as well. National pension programs in Germany, France, and Japan, among other countries, are facing significant financial pressure due to their aging workforce and population. Next. The role of benefits for workforce attraction and retention is that benefits can influence employees' decision about which particular employer to work for, whether to stay with or leave an employer, and when to retire. Okay. And then for next is benefits management and communication. Next. So benefit design is that benefit plans can provide flexibility and choices for employee, or they can be standardized for all employees. Increasingly, employers are finding that providing employees with some choices and flexibility allows an individual to tailor the benefits to their own situation. Next. So there are two kinds of benefit design. The first one is part-time employee benefits. Instead, many employers do not provide part-time employee benefits except some time off leave benefits. According to data from US labor statistic, about 1/4 of part-time workers are involved in a company retirement plans, and a minority of them is eligible for health care benefits. Part-time employees who do receive benefits usually do so in a proportion to the percentage of full-time work they provide. The next, second one is flexible benefits plans allow employee to select benefits they prefer from a group or of the benefit establishment by the employer. Flexible benefit system recognize sorry, Felicia, the slide back for this slide. Okay. For instance, dual career couples may not want the same benefit for two different employers. Okay, next. So HR and benefits administration is the HR unit, develop an administrator benefit system, answer employees' technical question or benefit, monitors benefit usage by employees, suggest benefit cost control approach, and then the managers answer simple question on benefit, maintain the liaisons with HR specialists on benefits, maintain good communication with employee near retirement, coordinate use of time off benefits. Next. Next, okay. HR and benefit administration. Based on the table above, it shows that how benefits administration responsibility can be split between HR specialists and operating managers. HR specialists play the more significant role, but managers must also assume the responsibility for some of the communication aspect of benefits administration. Next. So HR technology and benefit. The spread of HR technology, particularly internet-based system, has significantly changed the benefit administration time and activities for HR staff members. Internet and computer-based systems are being used to communicate between the benefits information, conduct employees surveys, and facilitate the benefit administration. And information technology allows the employee to change their benefit choices, track their benefits balance, and submit a question to HR staff member and external benefits providers. Some systems, such as Workday, provide pre-packaged connections with benefit providers so that the information technology requirements are minimized. Next. So benefit measurements. The significant costs associated with benefits require that analysis be conducted to determine the pace off for the benefits. With the wide range of benefits that are offered, number of HR metrics can be used. Next. So the benefit measurement is that the common benefit metric is that benefit as the percentage of payroll, and then benefits expenditure per full-time, and then benefits by the employee group, and then benefits administration costs, and then the next one is a healthcare benefits. Some examples are shown in the figure above. Other metrics are used to measure the return of the expenditure for various benefits programs provided by employers. Some common benefits that the employers track using HR metrics are workers' compensation, wellness. Next. Next. The next one is HR and benefits administration. Based on the table above, it shows how benefits administration responsibility can be split between HR specialists and operating managers. HR specialists play a more significant role, but managers must assume responsibility for some of the communication aspect of benefits administration. Next. So there are two kinds of benefits. So the first one is benefit cost control. It means that because benefits expenditure have risen significantly in the past few years, particularly for healthcare, employers are focusing more attention on measuring on controlling the benefits cost, even reducing of the dropping benefits offered to the employee. And then benefits communication is that employees generally do not know how much the values of the cost associated with the benefits they receive for the employer. This ignorance is illustrated by a survey in which of only 5% of HR executive identified that their employers appreciate their total compensation package. More than one-third stated an employee do not understand the dollar value of the benefits. Next. So the types of benefits, next. So the first one is government mandated benefits. There are many mandated benefits that the employee in the United States must provide to the employee by law. Social Security or federal and unemployment insurance of state are funded through a tax paid by the employer based on the employee's compensation. Next. So the next one is voluntary benefits. Employers voluntarily offers other type of benefits to help them compete for and retain employees. By offering additional benefits, organizations are assuming a need to provide greater security and benefit support to workers with widely varied personal circumstances. In addition, as a job become more flexible and varied, both of the workers and employers recognize that choices among benefits are necessary, as evidenced by the growth in flexible benefits and cafeteria benefit plans. Next. And then the next one is security benefits. A number of benefits provide employee security. These benefits include some mandated by laws and others offered by employers voluntarily. The primary benefits found in the most organizations include workers' compensation, unemployment compensation, and severance pay. Next. And then the next one is workers' compensation. For several decades, the cost of healthcare has escalated as rates well above those of the inflation and change in workers' earns. For instance, the reduction in the number of obstetricians caused by litigation, fears, and price and malpractice insurance has increased cost to higher premiums and diagnostic testing. Some of the health benefits cost pressures are due to the healthcare providing having to cover costs for the rising number of individuals in the provider and having to cover their costs for rising number of individuals in the United States without health insurance coverage. Next. And then next one is controlling health care benefits cost. The first one is changing co-payments and employees. And contribution, the co-payments strategy requires employees to pay the portion of the cost insurance premiums, medical care, and prescription drugs. Recurring new or higher co-payment and employee contribution in the most prevalent cost control strategy identified by many employers surveyed. Expert claims that when the first dollar coverage included in the basic health plan, many employees see a doctor for even mirror illness, which result in an escalation of the benefits cost. Next. The next one is using managed care. Several other types of program attempt to reduce healthcare costs paid by employer. Managed care consists of approaches that monitors and reduce medical costs through the restrictions and market system alternative. Managed care plans emphasize primary and preventive care, the use of the specific providers who will charge a low prices, restrictions on certain kind of treatment, and prices negotiated with hospital and physicians. Next. The third one is mini medical plans. Is that another type of plan that has grown in usage of the past few years in a medical plan. This type of plan provides limited health benefits coverage for employee. In the past, these plans have been used more with part-time and lower wage level employees. But more employees are using this plan for full-time employees as of all types. Next. Next. Okay, the consumer driven. So the first one is health saving accounts. Often health saving accounts or HSAs are combined with high deductible insurance to cut the employer's costs. Other components of the HSA includes the following. Both employees and employers can make a contribution to an account. Individual employees can set aside pre-tax amounts for medical care into an HSA. Unused amount in an individual account can be rolled over annually for future health expense. Incentives are included to encourage employees to spend less health expenses. Contribution must be uniform for all employees enrolled in HSA accounts unless they are based on a cafeteria program. Next. The second one is health reimbursement arrangements. So closely related to HSA, it is a health reimbursement arrangement. This type plan also may be called a health reimbursement account for a personal care account. Under a health reimbursement arrangement or HRA, the employer set aside money in the health reimbursement account to help employees pay for qualified medical expenses. The definition of qualified medical expenses can be determined by the employer without tax law limitation. A key difference from an HSA is that employees cannot contribute money to an HRA. Next. Healthcare preventive and wellness efforts. Preventive and wellness effort can occur in a variety of ways. Many employers offer programs to educate the employees about healthcare costs and how to reduce them. Newsletters, formal classes, and many other approaches are all designed to help the employees understand why healthcare costs are increasing and what they can do to control them. Many employers have programs that offer financial incentives to improve health habits. Employee reaction to cost control the efforts as would be expected. Many employees are skeptical about or even hostile to employee efforts to reduce health benefits costs and raise employees' contribution. Next. And then the next one is healthcare legislation. The importance of healthcare benefits to employers and employees has led to a variety of federal and state law being created. The passage of the nationalized healthcare plan that ensure all individuals is one such example. Some laws have been enacted to provide protection for employees who leave their employers, either voluntary or involuntary. Today, the most important law space that govern issues related to the protective of former works as are COBRA and HIPAA. Next.
Okay, so I will continue explaining. Next is about retirement benefits. So Social Security. What is Social Security? It is a system providing old age survivors, disability, and retirement benefits. This program provides benefits to previously employed individuals. Employees and employers share in the cost of social security through a tax on employees' wages or salaries. Next is about pension plans. So what is pension plans? Pension plans is a retirement program established and funded by the employer and employees. There are three types of pension plans. The first one is defined benefit pension plans. So defined benefit pension plans is a retirement program in which employees are promised a pension amount based on age and service. The second one is defined contribution pension plans. It is retirement program in which the employer makes an annual payment to an employee's pension account. Profit sharing plans, employee stock ownership plans, or ESOPs and 401k plans are common defined contribution plans. Next, the third one is cash balance pension plans. So it is a retirement program in which benefits are based on an accumulation of annual company contributions plus interest credited each year. Next is pension plan concepts. So there are two types of pension plan concepts. The first one is contributory plan. Pension plan in which the money for pension benefits is paid by both employees and the employer. The second one is non-contributory plan. Pension plan in which all the funds for pension benefits are provided by the employer. So there are two features of pension plan concepts. The first one is vesting, right of employees to receive certain benefits from their pension plans. The second one is portability, a pension plan feature that allows employees to move their pension benefits from one employer to another. Next is individual retirement options. The most prominent options are individual retirement accounts or IRAS and 401k, 403b, 457, and KIOC plans. The 401k plan gets its name from Section 401k of the Federal Tax Code. This plan is an agreement in which a percentage of an employee's pay is withheld and invested in a tax-deferred account. A special type of 401k, the Roth IRA, was established effective 2016. This is a modification of the traditional 401k that allows participants to be taxed in the current year for contributions. Next is legal requirements for retirement benefits. Employee Retirement Income Security Act. The purpose of this law is to regulate private pension plans so that employees who put money into them or depend on a pension for retirement funds actually receive the money when they retire. Next is financial benefits. First, insurance benefits. In addition to health-related insurance, the most common, a typical level of coverage is 1.5 or 2 times an employee's annual salary. And long-term disability insurance provide continuing income protection for employees who become disabled and unable to work. The third one is long-term care insurance. Usually voluntary, these plans allow employees to purchase insurance to cover costs for long-term health care in a nursing home, an assisted living facility, or at home. The last one is legal insurance. To have the right to use the service of a network of lawyers to handle their legal problems. The second one is financial union purchase discount through savings plan, financial planning, and relocation assistance. The third one is educational assistant. In educational assistant, there are tuition aid, trade training, professional certifications, and learning materials. So next is family benefits. Family and medical leave to take a total of 12 weeks leave during any 12-month period for one or more of 3 situations. First, birth, adoption, or foster care placement of a child. Second, caring for a spouse, a child, or a parent with a serious health condition. The third one is a serious health condition of the employee. Next, the FMLA provides a number of guidelines regarding employee leaves. First is Employees taking family and medical leave must be able to return to the same job or a job of equivalent status or pay. The second one is health benefits must be continued during the leave at the same level and conditions. If for a reason other than serious health problems, the employee doesn't return to work, the employer may collect the employer paid portion of the premiums from the non-returning employee. The third one is leave may be taken intermittently rather than in one block, subject to employee and employer agreements when birth, adoption, or foster child care is the cause. For serious health conditions, employer approval is not necessary. Next is employee can be required to use all paid up vacation and personal leave before taking unpaid leave. The last one, employee are required to give 30-day notice where practical. Next is family care benefits. The first one is adoption benefits. The second one is elder care assistance. Some of these benefits include subsidies for elder care expenses, referrals to elder care providers, and elder care assistance for emergency. And the third one is child care assistance. Employers are addressing the child care issue in the following ways. First is providing referral services to help parents locate child care providers. The second one is establishing discounts at daycare centers, which may be subsidized by the employer. The third one is arranging with hospitals to offer sick child programs partially paid for by the employer. The fourth one is developing after-school programs for older school-age children, often in conjunction with local public and private school systems. And the last one is offering on-site child care centers. Next is about measuring the effectiveness of family benefits. The greatest advantage is in aiding employee retention. Employees are more likely to stay with employers who aid them with work-life balancing. Family benefits can produce significant savings, primarily due to decreased employee absenteeism and turnover. Next is benefits for domestic partners. The argument made by these employees is that if an employer provides benefits for the spouses of married employees, then benefits should be provided for employees without spouses but with alternative lifestyles and relationships. Next is time off and other benefits. The first one is holiday pay. The second one is vacation pay. The third one is leaves of absence. Leaves are given for a variety of purposes. Some are like military leave, election leave, jury leave, funeral leave, or bereavement leave, family leave, and sick leave. The last one is paid time off plans. Plan that combines all sick leave, vacation time, and holidays into a total number of hours or days that employers can take off with pay. And here is the last one, miscellaneous benefits. Some of the benefits are voluntary, meaning that employees can participate in them and pay for the cost themselves, often at group discount rates. Various types of voluntary insurance programs are the most common offered. Some of the benefits and services are also social and recreational in nature, such as tennis courts, bowling leagues, picnics, parties, employer-sponsored athletic teams, organizationally owned recreational lodge, and other sponsored activities and interest groups. The idea behind social and recreational programs is to promote employee happiness and team spirit. Okay, so I will give it back to Celine.
Hello. So, do you guys want to answer number 1, 2, and 3? Please just say it. Open your mic. So, who will who will answer number 1?
May I try, Celine?
Okay.
Employee benefits are strategically important for employers because this is a strategy for recruiting and retaining good people to work for your company. As qualified employees will be more productive and will more effectively assist in achieving goals and organizational objectives. However, offering benefits requires a high cost because the more benefit the company offers, the more expensive the cost of hiring employees. So it is necessary to have a clear communication strategy with employees about the value and cost of benefit achieved so that there is a greater understanding of total compensation. Thank you, Celine.
Okay, thank you for your answer. That is correct. And then for the number 2, who will answer number 2?
May I try to answer number 2?
Yes, you can try, Dinda.
Can you explain what are the types of benefits for employee in a company? So I think there are like security benefits, which means it's the benefits that to ensure security and protection for employees. And then there are retirement benefits, which means that of course after you are retired, there are a lot of companies that offer like insurance or benefits for retirement, and then there are healthcare benefits because, of course, when you are working in a company, the company must ensure that you will their healthcare are provided or at least covered. And then there are financial benefits because, of course, when we are working in a company, we need to make sure that we will have financial benefits because we are seeking for jobs, right? To have funding. And then we have family benefits, which means that when one person is working in the company, that the company will cover and ensure the benefits for its whole family. And then there are time off benefits, such as for election or military or even parental and marital benefits, which means when their moms needs to deliver a baby, of course, there's a benefits when they are needs to take a time off. And then there's a miscellaneous benefits such as social, recreational, unique programs, such as time off or cuti in Indonesia, because humans need social interaction and social rest for benefits. So it's really important. In my opinion, all types of benefits are equally important for company to be delivered to the employees. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dinda, for the amazing answer. You're correct. And for the last question, for question number 3, who gonna try it? Is there anyone that wants to try now to answer number 3? Is there anyone want to try number 3? Okay, we will move to the next. Felicia, please. So for now on, we will learn about the case study, strategic benefits at KPMG, Canada. You can read it first. I will give a lot for like 1 minute to learn and to read the case study. Okay, Felicia, I think you can move to the next slide. You can read it first. The question, the story, the case study. Okay, Felicia, I think you can move to next slide. So the question from the study case above is that, in your opinion, did top leadership at KPMG Canada manage the benefit redesign effort well? And what else could the company have offered its employees to keep them satisfied? So is there anyone that wants to try for this study case? You can directly turn on your microphone. Thank you.
So hello, Celine and Felice. May I answer the
Hello.
study case question?
Okay.
So I think KPMG has managed its benefits redesign quite well. The evidence is that its employees were delighted. I think that at the first glance, 2 years seems like quite a lengthy time to attempt to redesign the benefits plan. And also, I think that the company could offer fringe benefits that have a lower cost to the company in the interim before the new benefits package rolls out. I think that's my answer.
Thank you, Robbie, for the answer. Is there anyone that wants to try to answer again? If no, we will continue to the next slide. So for the last section, we would like to ask you, is there any question for us?
Hello, Celine and Felicia. May I
Hello.
try to ask?
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for the opportunity. My name is Faradina Putri, and I would like to ask, we know that technology is really complete our needs in daily life and working area, but how to maximizing workers' performance by not let them depending their jobs to technology? Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Farah. We will keep your question first. Is there anyone that wants to try again? Try again. They want to ask our group. We will open 3 questions.
Hello, Celine.
Hello, Maya.
So I have one question in here.
Yes.
Can benefits be different from one employee to the others? So
Okay, thank you.
that's my question.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Maya. We will keep the question first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, for the 1 slot again, who will give us the question?
Can I give a question again?
Okay, Robbie, go ahead.
So do benefits have to start on an employee's first day? That's my question.
Okay, Robbie, we will keep the question first. So for Maya's question, Robbie's question, and also Farah's question, we will be discussed first. Give us for about a minute. Thank you. Hello Maya. Hello Maya. Hello Farah.
Hello, Celine.
I'm sorry. So I would like to answer your question. In my opinion, that in this advanced era, we know that we are really helpful by the technology, and especially for in the working area, people nowadays are using this technology. For example, like the computer, the internet, and anything else. And it is a must for the employee that we are not saying that it's depending with the technology, but it means that we, as the employee, for example, we need to collaborate with the technology so that it helps us to increase our performance. So, in my opinion, and in our group opinions, is that the way to help them to not depending on the technology, the advanced technology, is that they need to know when they need to use the technology, or uh, when they not to use the technology. For example, like in the working area, when they are working, they need to have some kind of brainstorming with the, for example, like his or her partner. It is unnecessarily for them to use the internet. They use to the for example, like the technology in order to have a better performance, because as we know that internet provide many advantage for us, for people, especially in the working area. But if we have, for example, like we have a working or maybe a jobs that need to be done, we need to stop to using the internet, for example, like to playing game, or maybe to do unnecessary things in the in the working area. So that's all about our answer. Do you get it, Farah?
Okay, I get it. Thank you, Celine.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I will answer Mayang's question.
Okay.
So actually, this question can get a little tricky. Generally speaking, we can offer different benefits to different groups of workers. For instance, full-time employees can be eligible to certain benefits that are not open to part-time employees. However, if we are going to segment benefits like this, then we need to be certain that everyone within the group receives the perk. If our company has a policy to offer health insurance to full-time employees, and one of our full-time employees is not receiving health insurance, then that will be against the law. However, we can offer benefits to groups within those groups. One example would be offering 3 weeks of paid vacation per year for full-time employees who have worked with us for less than 2 years, full-time employees who have worked with us for more than 2 years can then earn 4 weeks of paid vacation a year. As long as we are consistent with each group and subgroup, we will likely remain on the right side of the law, but we should check with the state law concerning the matter. Our company should have rules in place for how benefits are distributed. These rules will come in handy if an employee approaches you with questions or concerns about the policy. I think that's all our answer, Maya. Thank you. Is that clear?
Yes, that is clear. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So hello, Robbie.
Hello, Celine.
Also, I would like to answer your question. Is that the question is, do benefits have to start on an employee's first day? So in our opinion, is that not every benefit has to begin on a worker's first day at the job. However, some benefits are like required by the law to begin right away. For instance, Medicare and Social Security contributes need to begin immediately. However, other benefits such as retirement option and health insurance can begin further down the line. Some employees may choose to offer health insurance once an employee has been working for a company at least 30 days or some other length of time. And additionally, not every employee necessarily has to receive the same benefits. Health insurance may be something that the business owners only offer to full-time employees. So part-time workers will be ineligible. The same perks can be applied to vacation time and pension plans. Is that clear, Robbie?
Yeah, it's quite clear. Thank you.
Okay. So that's all about our presentation. Hope that you guys understand about what have been we explained now. And good afternoon and stay safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Return the host to me, please. Okay, in essence, so in which the training, talent management, and benefit are very important for the employees in the company. That they can make the employees happy, and the employees will work well, and they can contribute to the profit of the company. Okay, I think that's all today, this session, and you can take lunch and have rest first, and then we can come to the Zoom room at 1:10. Okay, see you later at 1:10. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, see you later.
See you later, sir.
1:10 ya.
Okay, sir.